So we are here today with Martyn Lawrence Bullard. Did I say it correctly?
You did.
Okay, good. So we're here today. This is your second time to Dubai.
It is, yeah.
But last time you were here was 10 years ago.
And it feels like I've never been here because the city's changed so much.
So
it's kind of crazy.
much. It doesn't, I mean, LA does not change as fast as Dubai does, I think.
No, for sure. I mean, certainly we have change in LA, but it's not like this. This
More
feels
like renovations and updates.
This feels like a new city.
Yeah, no, Dubai is the ever-changing city.
Yeah.
And very exciting for you because your collection with the rug company is almost very Oriental inspired. So I think it fits very well at home in Dubai.
Yeah, I mean, certainly there's a real sort of Orientalist experience within it, within the collection. But, you know, it's inspired from everywhere. There's a little bit of something going on in this collection that's come from all my different travels. Certainly there's a bit of Moroccan, there's a bit of French, my Stevie Mac rug is actually inspired by a rug, the carpet that was originally in Steve McQueen's house in Palm Springs.
No.
Yeah, and so I took the inspiration from that and sort of slightly reworked the whole vibe and updated the color palette.
Wow, so you really take your inspiration from everywhere.
Everywhere.
Because you mentioned, Martyn just finished an interview with Architectural Digest, and you mentioned that you also get inspiration from movies, traveling, so even other people's homes and their carpets.
You know, you never know where you're going to get inspired next. It literally could be a bowl of fruit and you see like an orange and a lemon next to each other and you suddenly, oh my God, orange and yellow, perfect, I'm going to do a room in those colors.
Oh, I love that.
You have to, as a creative person, I think part of the creative process is keeping your mind open all the time. And to everything that's around you, whether it's something you taste, something you smell, something you see, somebody you talk to.
Yeah.
Inspiration is everywhere. It's just about us being
absorbing
a sponge. Yeah.
A sponge, yeah. Oh, I love that. Well, that's good advice, I think, for any designers, interior designers out there, to kind of don't get stuck on the way you get inspired.
Absolutely.
Broaden your horizon.
Absolutely.
And then I think you're also known as the celebrity designer. I don't even want to say interior designer because you're so much more than that. I mean, to name a few, you've done a lot of the Kardashians, Cindy Crawford, Tommy Hilfiger, Cher, right?
Yeah.
So who am I missing?
Oh my goodness, there's quite a list of people along the way. I've been so lucky to work with all these incredible people. Mad, amazing people. I mean, people like Ozzy Osbourne and Kid Rock and I mean, I've had a lot of amazing clients. Christina Aguilera, people, you know, people. The great thing with working with those kinds of celebrities is that they are very creative souls. And when you work with somebody that's kind of a creative soul, you take something from them and then you give them something from you, and that cocktail becomes
a masterpiece.
Well, a delicious moment, you know?
Oh, that's so good. So who was maybe your most fun celebrity to work with? Who like really got your creative juices flowing?
I think that one of my real favorites has got to be Cher.
Oh,
because
legend.
She's a legend, she's an icon, she's this extraordinary being. However, I think if she hadn't have been a pop star, movie star, she would have been an interior designer because she's passionate about every element of design.
Wow, that's such a nice like insider on Cher.
Oh, she loves everything about design. And our process was so wild. I mean, she would call me sometimes, you know, in the middle of the night and I'd go over and I'd literally get in bed with Cher and start looking at fabric samples. That's how involved she was. She's hands-on. So it's exciting when you have a client like that.
Yeah, for sure.
And plus, she's lived her life on the stage since she was 17. And so for her own homes, she wanted to kind of create also a stage set environment, but a set for her to shine in her own home. And so we got to create amazing things.
You got to go wild with it.
Wild would definitely be the word.
Oh wow, that's great. So that's favorite celebrity. And what was your favorite interior, whether celebrity or not celebrity?
Wow, I mean, every interior sort of almost becomes your baby. When you finish it, it's like you've just gone through a birthing process, and you love it. You're loving everything about it at that moment. So, that being said, I mean, I installed a house in a place called Laguna Beach last week, and I absolutely love it. I love the way it looks. It's got this amazing sort of it's kind of a nautical Brazilian mid-century thing happening.
We have to see pictures of this. That sounds so...
It'll, I'm sure, be published somewhere soon.
Somewhere soon.
But there's something about it that's really cool. And I hadn't thought of that mix before, and now I'm loving that mix. So that is my...
Maybe it's a new interior trend that's going to come out.
Maybe that's it. So at the moment, that's my latest sort of passion. But, you know, there are so many interiors that I have worked on over the years that I just love. And some of them have been amazing because they've sort of been timeless.
That's great.
Which is really nice. There's an interior that, one of my first ever interiors I did for the American supermodel Cheryl Tiegs, which was over 20 years ago now. She hasn't done a thing, she hasn't touched it.
And it still looks on point.
It looks great.
Wow.
Which is really cool to see that there's longevity in the work.
But that's, for you, such a pat on the back, where you're just like, I designed it 20 years ago and it still looks relevant.
Or she's got a really good housekeeper that's kept looking great.
So speaking of new and up-and-coming projects, there's a TV show you're working on?
Yes, although it's
hush
top
hush.
secret at the moment, but it's going to be really fun.
So there's no names revealed yet?
No, it's a really great show because it's an international show and it's got some amazing components to it. And so I'm excited. Listen, I've done a lot of TV over the years and I get offered a lot of TV. And honestly, I've turned quite a few things down because it hasn't felt like it had enough sex appeal, really.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There wasn't something to get your teeth into.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to wait for the right thing that really felt good. And this one feels good, so I'm excited to bring it to everybody.
Well, we can't wait. Is it like a 2019?
2019, yeah. We've started to film.
Okay.
But you know, these
You
things...
didn't bring them to Dubai?
These things take time.
Maybe you'll come back and shoot in Dubai.
Maybe they're here. Maybe they're filming now.
Maybe I'm on it. No, I'm kidding. So I'm a huge fan of black and white, and I know you're a huge fan of color, but you did a great project in Palm Springs recently.
The Sands Hotel.
The Sands Hotel that was a rehab facility?
It was a plastic surgery recovery clinic.
Oh, no way.
Isn't that hilarious?
We're going to show a picture of that so you know what we're talking
about. And so we turned it into, because it had very boring architecture. It was a really sort of desperately uninteresting place. So I grabbed onto black and white to do a really strong monochrome moment.
Wow.
And using those monochromatic colorways, I just mixed a lot of pattern.
That's so great. The tile work in there.
Great tile work, really fun. And I think it's just made for a great experience.
That's
you know,
so good.
a hotel should be a place of fantasy. It should be a place that you go to that inspires you, that maybe it's nothing to do with anything you'd ever have at home, but as a vacation experience, it makes it really fun and memorable.
It needs to have a wow factor.
Yeah, and today, in the world of decorating, we have to find that Instagram moment. And that's got a lot of Instagram moments.
Well, Palm Springs is on my, do I call it a city, a town? It's a city.
It's a city, yeah.
So it is a city on my bucket list.
Well, hey, now you know the inside scoop.
And we'll show some pictures of your home in Palm Springs, which is so unreal.
Thank you.
It's so unreal. It's such a strong pop of color.
Used to be the Playboy mansion in the desert, where Hugh Hefner would cavort wildly at the weekends, apparently.
So you've scrubbed that house down before you...
Oh my God, a lot of bleach.
A lot of bleach. So you mentioned earlier, we had a seminar here with Architectural Digest, and you gave some advice that I thought was so good, whether it's an interior designer or someone at home wanting to design. You said you generally go solid on your main furniture and color and pattern and everything on your accessories.
Yeah, I really think that to do solid colors for the pieces of furniture that you spend real money on is a very clever way to go, because it allows you then to change things up in a way where you can do it with pillows, you can do it with throws, you can add pattern with rugs. So those are the things that the investment is smaller rather than the big investment of all of the upholstery. So I think if you go with a more solid palette as your overall, layer in the color, layer in the texture, it actually allows you to change your interiors more often.
True. Okay.
I mean, literally with just the change of pillows, you can go from...
Even by season.
I was going to say, in the summer you could have pretty linen pillows with lovely floral patterns on them, and then as the winter comes in, you can change them for maybe velvet and faux fur, or, so it's a great way to just keep refreshing your look, but without spending a lot of money, because you've already got the investment pieces there and the upholstery.
Yeah. And I know I've seen in your interiors that you focus a lot on walls and ceilings. And with Cole & Son, you launched a fantastic wallpaper collection.
Thank you. I love wallpaper.
I do too.
I think wallpaper is it's the decorator's kind of real modern day tool, because it's a real way to make major impact for not really a lot of money.
Yeah.
And you can create so much atmosphere with wallpaper.
Especially with the one you created, your collection.
Thank you.
It's like you just that one wall can create a whole theme and a whole vibe and everything like that.
I mean, again, it's really inspired from my travels. And there's a little bit of sort of everything in there. There's a bit of Indian, there's a bit of Moroccan, there's a bit of English, there's a bit of Italian. It's got sort of a mad collection of things, which was so wonderful that working with the rug company and working with Cole & Sons, those are both companies that have let me do kind of whatever I wanted. There was no parameters. And when there's no parameters for a designer, that's when your juices kind of flow and you get to really create fun things.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, you're here in Dubai for a couple of more days.
Yes.
Do you have any major things you want to do while you're in the city?
Well, so I'm doing a big talk at Design Dubai, which will be really fun.
Dubai Design, I'll be there as well. Not doing a talk, maybe one day, but I'll come and see your talk.
I'm really looking forward to seeing, there's apparently some amazing local craftspeople that have got beautiful things.
Maybe you'll get inspired.
I'll be inspired. So I'm excited to see all of that. And then I'm actually going to go to Abu Dhabi and see the Louvre.
Yes.
And go to the mosque, which...
Oh, you have to.
I'm told it's the modern day Taj Mahal.
Amazing.
So that I think is very exciting.
Okay, good. Well, you have a lot to do in the next few days. We hope to see you back here soon.
Thank you very
much. Launching a Dubai-inspired something, or with your TV show.
Exactly. I'm going to come find you in that case.
Yeah, or I'm coming to find you in Boston. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Follow him on Instagram.
At Martyn Bullard.
You'll see all the celebrity houses he's done, all the projects, and a lot of pictures also that maybe are not your own projects, but that you're inspired by, I've seen as well.
Yeah. Like I said, inspiration is all around us.
Yeah.
Obviously, I post a lot of my own work, but if there's something that really touches me, I want to share it with the world. So, yes.
So get inspired by his Instagram. I'll put the tag here, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.